in North Mississippi and portions of Tennessee as well. There is actually a tornado warning right now. This is going to be in effect until 2:15. This is for Alcorn County in Mississippi, Hardin County in Tennessee, and McNairy County in Tennessee as well. As of right now, the bulletin is reading that we are looking at high winds. The storm is moving around 35 miles an hour. And if you live in Corinth, or if you know anyone in Corinth, that is where we are most concerned with these storms as of right now. That's where the strongest part of the storm is. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a little bit so we can see exactly what we are looking at and what we are dealing with as well, because right now we are looking at a pretty serious situation. We've been watching this storm kind of develop, and it continued to kind of re-strengthen. We saw things weaken here in Shelby County, and that's when they went ahead and they removed all of the severe thunderstorm warnings for Shelby County. But as of right now, that same storm now has produced a tornado warning in Alcorn County as well. So here's the latest here on this storm, and I'll go ahead and zoom in on you. And like I said, if you know anyone who lives in Corinth, you definitely want to tell them to get into their safe place at this time. We are looking at a possible tornado warning. It's not confirmed, but this storm has enough rotation and enough wind speed to cause a possible tornado. This is the line of concern. So I'm going to zoom in just a little bit more so we can talk a little bit about street mapping and talk a little bit more about exactly where the strongest part of this storm is going. I'll also put a storm track on this storm so we can know where the highest part of that storm is. So just keep that in mind as well. So right now, as you see on your screen, this red box is Alcorn County. That is your tornado warning. There's also 2 severe thunderstorm warnings. It does include Corinth and Alcorn County. This storm is moving eastward. The winds are very high right now. Right now, we haven't had any reports of damage at all, but still, this storm has definitely strengthened, and we've been seeing a little bit of rotation in it as well. That's why they went ahead and they issued that tornado warning. It does include Hardin County and McNairy counties because as this line is developing, it looks like it's going to be crossing over into those counties, even to the northern parts of it. That's the latest scan there. Really, this was the strongest portion of that storm still coming this way. So we have a lot to look at with this one little itty bitty red box on your screen, but that is your tornado warning, and that is the most serious portion of this storm. Once again, this is for Hardin County, McNairy counties, and Alcorn counties as well. So as of right now, the bulletin is very clear, and I'll read it to you so that we can have a little bit more information. This is radar indicated. So that means that it's not confirmed, but our radar is showing enough rotation, which means that there could be a tornado that could be produced. So if you live in Corinth, Burnsville, Glenn, Pine Flat, Farmington, Eastview, Guys, Counts, Damon, Strickland, Southside, Caffey, Jobs, Gift, Acton, that's where the strongest portion of this storm is located right now. And I'll zoom in even closer so we can get almost a street level view of what we are talking about and into the strongest portion of this storm. So this is near Kendrick, a little bit outside of Caney Hollow. You're not included in this warning, but this storm is headed that way. So definitely seeing a lot of rainfall right now. As of this moment, we're not seeing a confirmation. We're not seeing anything like that, but there was a report of a rotating wall cloud, which lets us know that there is a lot of rotation in this storm, which means that it has some strength and it could continue to strengthen as it pushes eastward. It's moving around 60 miles an hour, and hail is definitely not a concern with this storm. The bigger concern is the rotation. So that's definitely something that we will have to keep our eye on as we continue to track this storm. I'm going to put on a little bit more information so that we can see exactly what we're looking at here because we have a lot of things to talk about, and there are a lot of people that live in this area down there in Alcorn County and specifically in Corinth. So if you know anyone that is there, make sure that they know to take their safe place at this time. And I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. So this is our rotation detector to see if there's any rotation happening right now. And it's picking up on just a little bit. You can see that green on your screen. In fact, I'll even circle it for you. But right here in this area, this is right past Corinth. This is near County Road 100, Highway 72. This is where the strongest portion of that storm is. It's just showing weak rotation. So we're not looking at a confirmed tornado, but there is some weak rotation in it. So like I said, if you know anyone who lives along County Road 100 or anything there, this is also around Highway 350. You need to make sure that they are in their safe place. If you know someone who might have been working outside, please make sure that they are inside at this time. So it's very imperative that they know what's going on. There is still some weak rotation, so we're not really seeing anything drastic, but we need to keep our eye on it. This, what I'm just pulling up now, I know it's a lot of stuff on your screen. This is our debris detector to see if we're seeing anything in the air. Like I said, there was a report from the National Weather Service that there could be a possible rotating wall cloud. And as of right now, we're not seeing any confirmation that anything is on the ground, but that does mean that there could be enough rotation to possibly create a tornado. There's also a few severe thunderstorm warnings for that same part of the Mid-South, and that does include Hardin and McNairy and Tippah counties. That is in the severe thunderstorm warning. Now for that, we're looking at winds that are moving quite fast as well, and that is going to be in effect until around 2 p.m. So keep that in mind. Winds still moving around 60 miles an hour, and they're going to draw up another severe thunderstorm warning for McNairy and Hardin counties as well, with the winds increasing for this exact same warning. So there's a lot going on right now, and I know it seems like it's going to be a little bit confusing. We'll see how much lightning is involved, and that shows that there is a lot of lightning there. And in fact, if I put a little query on there to see what's going on, so we are seeing a lot of lightning, so that's definitely a little bit concerning. We've been seeing a lot of possible fires with this same system that moved through Shelby County, so we're seeing a lot of lightning involved. The winds are high and a little bit of rotation still, so definitely a cause for concern. This tornado warning is going to be in effect until 2:15, so definitely want to make sure that you are in your safe place. If you are outside, make sure that you are inside. If you have anyone who maybe needs any medical attention, make sure they are in a safe place, whether that's in the bathroom, away from those windows. I know a lot of people don't have basements, but make sure they are in the lowest part of their home at this time, because this is a serious situation with this possible rotation. Now, I know it's the middle of the day, so a lot of people are probably just kind of getting things settled, trying to figure out what's going on. Honestly, it's 1:59 p.m. right now, so you need to make sure that you are in your safe place. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and draw a storm track on this storm so that we know exactly what's going on here. So that just moved my camera there. There we go. So this is the main part of the storm, this tornado warning where you see this red box. This is for Corinth and Alcorn counties, and it does include McNairy and Hardin counties as well. So keep that in mind. And like I said, what we've been seeing as of right now, we're not seeing any really great rotation, but there is some weak rotation in there. This is a look at our hail potential. There could be some hail mixed in, but the larger story for this storm will be the possible tornado warning. So they just issued something else, so let's read what that bulletin is. That is for a severe thunderstorm warning for Chester, Decatur, Hardin, and McNairy counties, and that is for winds at around 60 miles an hour. And that was issued at 1:59, and that goes until 2:45. So that's just a severe thunderstorm warning. That has nothing to do with the tornado warning that they have in place right now. So we'll put the radar back on the screen there so we can see exactly what's going on, and we will draw you a nice storm track on here so we can see what's going on and put some timing out on it. And it's moving around 60 miles an hour. There we go. So if I call out your town, you definitely want to make sure that you are in your safe place, or if you know someone who lives in this part of town, make sure they are in their safe place. So Burnsville at 2:06 p.m., Caney Hollow at 2:08 p.m., Waterloo and Luca, that's in between 2:16 and 2:21 p.m., Oldham at 2:23 p.m., Wright at 2:25 p.m., Murphy Cross Roads at 2:30 p.m., Gravely Springs at 2:31 p.m. This storm is headed your way. Winds are high. We're seeing possible rotation in this storm, so you definitely want to make sure that you are in your safe place at this time. Once again, this is a tornado warning, so a serious situation. I know a lot of people are watching TV right now. A lot of people are probably in Shelby County wondering what's going on. Well, the threat is over for Shelby County. We did have that severe thunderstorm warning earlier. Right now, our attention is on the tornado warning right now that is in effect until around 2:15, and that's in around 15 minutes. And as the storm continues to develop, we'll see if they'll cancel it a little bit early, but we're still seeing a lot of rotation in that storm. So just keep that in mind as well. So we're going to put on another thing that we look at, and that is our hail. Our hail is very important so we can see what's going on. A lot of times we can hear about hail, but we can't see it here in the studio. So as of right now, this storm is indicating, and our radar is indicating, that there's some small size hail in this storm. So what that's telling me that it's very severe. So we're looking at high winds that are moving around 60 miles an hour. We're looking at some possible small size hail, a lot of rain that's falling in that area as well. So that's definitely something that we will have to keep our eye on. So that is good. So the new update is that they canceled the tornado warning for Alcorn, Hardin, and McNairy. So that's what I assumed that they were going to do, because this storm is looking to weaken just a little bit. So before we go off the air, I'm going to reset really quick. I'll do a radar so we can see what we're looking at and we can see what to expect. So this is our entire viewing area here. Most of us are done with the rain. There's still some severe thunderstorm warnings. Just because they canceled the tornado warning does not mean you should let your guard down. Definitely want to make sure that you are very aware that this is probably producing very high winds around 60 miles an hour. So that means trees could be coming down in that area as well. Just not strong enough to produce a tornado. If you are back across I-40 and into Arkansas, as of right now, our severe threat is over for this moment. We will be watching a second round of storms that will be coming through the Mid-South later on tonight and in the early hours of Thursday morning. So you definitely want to make sure that you keep it here and keep watching our forecast. We'll be back on for our news at 5 o'clock and 6 o'clock to talk a little bit more about what we can anticipate for tonight. But as of right now, because they did cancel that tornado warning, I will return you to programming. So keep it here and watch the latest forecast coming up at 5 p.m.